dance with me, move your body, 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 your legs will be.
The S&P and NASDAQ make fresh new all-time highs today, and crypto takes a shit with its pants on. That's where we're at in the market, guys. Is it going to stay that way? We're going to cover that. But first, we got to zoom out to the market, or to the macro, I should say, and look what's happening. We have some limited conflict heating up between the U.S. and Iran again. We have a peace deal that was floated around last week, has gone back and forth several times, no finality yet. Because of that, you have oil back up at 96, almost 97. To see a breakout in oil, you need a flip 109 to go up. If you were to do that, that means you're probably back in full conflict mode in the Middle East. And if you were to do that, you would see an instant retracement in the indices, as well as cryptos coming down to test their bottom. Obviously, if we get a deal, that's how we get the next leg higher. That's how you see crypto start to recover and excel to the upside, because I have some important charts to show you here on crypto. You like my TA, guys, you like my videos, be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube. And if you want my updates throughout the week and our block state update, then click the join button right there on YouTube. You can get our videos sent to you on YouTube, as well as jump over to the Discord. Would love to see you there. So let's go ahead and move forward. Actually, let's look at the fear and greed. We're in greed. When are we going to top? Most likely in extreme greed this summer. Target is July, because that's what we've done the last 3 years in a row. So let's move forward. S&P, again, not to be a broken record, but it's important because when you have fibs playing out with such accuracy, dare I say, pinpoint accuracy, Lee, dare I say, well, we should look at what the actual targets are then, because every target has been hit since last year. We had the April sell-off. Again, Stevie Wonder saw it coming, and we had the bull case, 7K. We hit the bull case of 7K. You got a retracement, right? A correction. And then we hit the max bull case at 7,500. And once again, we got a little bit of a pullback. And now we're still going up. Fresh new all-time high today. My targets for the summer rally, 7,720 to 7,800. And if it gets very bullish, June, July, 8K. 8K, and that's when you would start to see a retracement, and you have a lot of support underneath you. Why? Because we have a mega hot economy, and that's something you guys need to understand. I heard it from Torsten Slok, just to back up my bias, back up my thesis this morning from Apollo on Bloomberg. Lee, roll it.
So what's your message to them?
Well, yeah, this has started actually already in the spring of last year, where there was a lot of people beginning to talk about, well, within 1 year's time, we will already have layoffs and we'll already have entry-level jobs that may no longer exist. But here we are with ADP on a weekly basis for the last 8 weeks, producing 30, 40,000 jobs every week, jobless claims still being low. ISM today, over the last 6 months, ISM has gone up. We're above 50. ISM is likely going to be also high today. And now we have some very strong tailwinds, not only from the AI spending boom, but also from the one big beautiful bill. This economy really is on fire in the sense that we both have strong growth, and we also have upward pressures on inflation. And now we also have, of course, the ultimate risk that if AI does result in more job growth, it will be really the miracle drug that both creates higher productivity and also creates higher job growth.
That's right. ISM, he was predicting it would come in strong. It hadn't been released yet when he was on the show. It came in strong, higher than the last print, higher than expectations. New orders came in higher. Prices paid came in lower. Employment came in higher. And remember, the Chicago PMI last week came in at a unique 62.7, a very, very strong reading. You are in a hot economy, ladies and gentlemen. Crypto doesn't believe it yet. The people that trade crypto don't believe it yet, but you're in a hot economy, setting up this rally beautifully, and you have epic gains going into 2027 and 2028. You will see the S&P hit 10K by 2028, sometime in that year, and that number may be low. And again, you'll see Bitcoin hit 200, 250K, but we have much higher prices ahead. It's all about navigating this journey that we're on now. If we look at where we are on NASDAQ, let's just click through this and not talk too much. NASDAQ, look at the trend line. Again, every target has been hit that I gave you since April. Gave you the low in S&P, gave you the targets, and NASDAQ 26.2 hit. 28.4 max bull case hit. 29,679 hit. And once again, we broke above the trend line, which is now support. Max bull case here for the summer, 31.8. You broke above the trend line. It will be held as support. If you come down, you have strong support at 29,679. Again, we need the next level higher to coincide with getting that deal with Iran. If not, you'll start seeing these things sell off. But until then, very, very bullish. You could say, you could add a little air of caution because of how rarefied this rally is, historic rallies. But again, this has been a historic time in the marketplace, and it's set up with the backdrop of it's justified because of the economy. So let's move forward. This is a trade I shared last week on the Discord and for members on YouTube. This was a Microsoft trade idea. I said we had a nice coil. Again, my thesis, you'll see rotation. You'll see things that did not catch a bid that were unloved, much like Lee as a child. And you will see them excel to the upside. And so this is what we had on Microsoft last 3 days, 14% breakout, right? Target looking at about 500 on Microsoft, 481, 511, 500 splits the baby, nice little sweet spot. That's what we're looking for in Microsoft, and there's other things that are going to get rotation too, but again, it all hinges on that deal. You get that deal done, you'll see money rotate. There's so much scared money. Speaking of scared money, what's crypto doing? Oh yeah, crypto's in fear. Historic market rallies and crypto is in fear. However, Bren theory. Actually, I saw Tom Lee talking about this morning on CNBC. The IGV as well as Bitcoin. Look at the IGV in hot pink. Breakout, guys. Massive breakout to the upside. Now, this is not a perfect correlation. This doesn't mean that Bitcoin reverses today and all of a sudden shoots up, 10%, right? IGV is telling you it's going to the upside. You can see the correlation for tops and bottoms. Again, it's not a perfect one-to-one. It's 80%, but you get correlations for tops, correlations for bottoms all over the chart. And this is a bullish indicator for crypto because IGV is recovering. We look at IGV on the chart. Remember when I was showing this to you, we were down here at 80 bucks on IGV. I gave you the W bottoming pattern that it would probably play out as, and look how it played out. Guess what? It's up over 30% since that bottoming call right there. Right at the 50% fib 8149. You're up over 30%. IGV's on a breakout. This was a SaaSpocalypse. Again, high correlation with Bitcoin. Overall bullish for crypto, even though you're not seeing it right now on the charts. However, 3-day chart on Bitcoin, right? So with the selling that we've had and with all of the doomers on YouTube telling you everything's falling apart in crypto, in the economy, all that stuff, I'm just so tired of it. I want this conflict to get over so we can get the prices corrected and go back to the upside. But do you still have your near-term trend? Remember, intermediate trend is down. I mean, that's obvious. Near-term trend, low, higher low, higher low, right? Where is this low? Where could Bitcoin, in theory, come down to and still maintain higher lows as long as it holds above 65K? I'm not saying it's going to 65K. I'm just saying that's the next pivot low. So this is a near-term bullish uptrend. And right now you're right at the 50% fib retracement at 71,429, 71.4 as I'm recording. Overall, this is just from your low, rally low to your high, a 50% retracement, slightly more. This doesn't change your trajectory to me at all. 86 to 92 is base case, bull case for summer, 100 to 112, okay? Nothing's changed yet because this is just a normal wave movement. That's all it is. You gave up 50% of the rally from the bottom. Remember your bottom down here at 60K, depending on your exchange. 60K, you went all the way up to 82, and now you're at 71. 50% retracement back to the downside. What does this look like on the daily? When should you get more worried on Bitcoin? Well, when you look at Bitcoin, again, if we just pull that fib, here, I'll do it. Let's do it together like Bob Ross. We'll paint some happy trees. Let's click the low, right? Click the low of the sell-off down there, regardless of your exchange, and go up to your rally high. You're right at the 50%, 71,329 here on Bitunix, which, by the way, if you want to support the channel, we're not monetized, check out Bitunix SimpleFX. It's right there in the video description if you want to trade. Two great exchanges. We have our uptrend line, right? You're bouncing off of it right now. When are you in danger? Well, let's just look at this because a 618 retracement 68.6, again, that would be a totally normal retracement, 618, for those of you that trade with Fibonacci. Let's get rid of some of the noise. If we just want to use some basic TA, let's do a throwback 100 years, right? Go back to the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s. You get your Gartleys, those types of guys, Gann trading. Basic TA here. If you lose the uptrend line, right, and you cannot get back above. Now, I use fibs in conjunction with this, but you can't get back above and you start breaking down. Then you want to be watching that pivot down there at 65. Where did you see this before? You saw it right here, right? You saw it at the previous level. Here's your uptrend line, the yellow line. What did Bitcoin do at the uptrend line? It tried to get above, ended up making a little bit of a double top, that last desperate gasp, and then you leveled down, right? So that's something to watch just from a market structure, trend line perspective. And again, you're bouncing off this right now. You're still good on Bitcoin, regardless of this retracement, which I know is painful if you're holding anything, and obviously if you're trying to trade bounces, but this doesn't change the near-term summer trajectory to me. There are higher prices ahead unless you take out 65 and then we got something else cooking here and you're at a minimum revisiting the lows, and if not, going down to a new low, but that's not where you're at. You're at 71,400 on Bitcoin, bouncing around. Just keep an eye on your fibs, and I'll do a Bitcoin minute update on Thursday, so be on the lookout for that. It's all the information you need on Bitcoin within 3 minutes. So we'll just do a quick triage on Bitcoin on Thursday. Watch 68,619 as that is the next level down at the 618 if you dare come down and kiss it. But guys, this is a hot economy. Every reason to be bullish. All things will top. You will get a top. And I believe it will be a retracement because we also have the midterms coming up. And then you hear people say the market likes to test the Fed. All that can happen. But near term, I believe the trajectory is higher. Get the deal done. Everything legs higher. Crypto recovers. I believe these targets are getting hit. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a fantastic week. Hope to see you on the Discord. Take care, everybody.